Hi, I'm Sam Brownback, the U.S. Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, and I'd like to wish Muslims all around the world Eid Mubarak. Eid al-Fitr is the holiday commemorating the end of Ramadan. For the last 30 days, Muslims fasted from sunrise to sunset. They gathered for congregational worship. They donated to charities and celebrated their faith as a community. I had the pleasure of participating in 3 iftars during the month, and it was beautiful to see so many people come together to take part in this tradition. And they were from many different faiths, and they showed true respect and acceptance towards each other's faith and belief. These gatherings truly embodied the essence of what we are working towards as we advance religious freedom around the world. Now, in my role as Religious Freedom Ambassador, I've had the opportunity to work with Muslim communities and advocate for their rights to religious freedom. My first trip overseas was to meet with Rohingya refugees in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh. My first trip took me into Bangladesh to the refugee camps for the Rohingya on the border with Burma. The stories I heard I'll never forget. Everyone I spoke with had seen a family member or friend viciously killed or raped or tortured. Most were victims themselves. Children who came up to me had witnessed tragedy after tragedy that many of us here have never seen. Parents burned alive, siblings thrown into rivers, their neighborhoods demolished. What the Rohingya Muslims people have suffered is horrific. We all must call out such violence for what it is, totally unacceptable and completely despicable. More recently, we've been very alarmed by the Chinese government's crackdown on religious minorities, including Uyghurs and other Muslims. The government's outrageous conduct in Xinjiang is well documented. Citing purported terrorism concerns, Beijing has subjected Chinese Muslims and ethnic minorities, including Uyghurs, Uzbeks, and Kazakhs, to an increasingly harsh and systematic campaign of oppression. It includes mass imprisonment in camps for purported vocational training. They also have vicious interrogations, comprehensive monitoring, and attempts to wipe out peaceful religious practices. This has to stop. China must release everyone immediately. We will continue to work through all channels to end this persecution. Eid is a time of celebration and reflecting on the spiritual renewal that Ramadan brings about. I wanted to take a moment to share that we at the Department of State are working on the tough challenges faced by Muslims and many other communities around the world, they themselves who cannot openly celebrate their faith. We will continue to work towards improving conditions, and we hope that everyone can someday freely observe their faith traditions and holidays without government interference. Thank you. And once again, Eid Mubarak.